Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news today. In today's video we're going to be talking about Donny Van De Beek. Manchester United have officially announced that Donny Van De Beek is a Manchester United player, as well as Jadon Sancho. A lot of fans have been saying, oh, Jadon Sancho is happening now because of some news that's come out from a reliable English reporter, as well as the latest on Reguilon. We've had a few Reguilon rumours. Is there anything in that? As well as news on Thiago, Alcantara and more, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But first things first, as with every video, please hit that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new, so you don't miss daily Manchester United related football content from me. Share this video and let's get straight into it. First things first, I'm going to talk about Donny Van De Beek and then I'll get into the Sancho news. So Manchester United have announced that Donny Van De Beek is officially a Manchester United player, and Donny Van De Beek had this to say on Twitter. Very excited to be the newest addition of the Manchester United family. Your enthusiastic response to my announcement made me feel at home already. Can't wait to join the team in Manchester, but first focus on the Dutch squad in preparation for the upcoming Nations League matches. He also took the number 34 shirt to honour Nuri, his Ajax teammate that kind of fell into a coma for like 2 years after collapsing on the pitch. I'm now going to read out a tweet I saw on Twitter which I literally thought hit this transfer to the T, and why Donny Van De Beek is an important transfer in terms of improving the team, but also the way we go about transfers. And the tweet said, I hope that the people at Manchester United have now realised that there is a far better value for money in the foreign market than there is in the PL. We got Bruno for £47 million and Van de Beek for £35 million, for a combined total of £82 million for Van de Beek and Bruno Fernandes. It then goes on to say, does £82 million even get you James Maddison nowadays? Probably not. And that's actually right. You know, James Maddison was always going to be more expensive than Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish was going to be £70 million. And it's kind of true that Manchester United have been looking in the English market and overpaying for players, and maybe they've learnt their lesson. Like, we can get Van de Beek and Bruno for the same price as Maguire, basically. Probably less than James Maddison. I think that's really important, because not only did we get the deal done in 2 days, not only is Van de Beek a brilliant signing, the player's been announced, but, you know, we've actually looked in the foreign market, and I said this in a couple of videos, but I actually think that's a really good point, and I think that's a positive thing in terms of moving forward as a club. If we want to move forward as a club, we need to, you know, really get into that foreign market and look at these young foreign talents. Like Manchester City got Ferran Torres for 20 mil. If he was in the Premier League, that's 50 mil. You get what I'm saying. And the next story I want to talk about is Jadon Sancho, the news that was really loud and then went really quiet, and a lot of people think it's off, but to be honest, Manchester United is still interested in Jadon Sancho. We want Jadon Sancho. We'll do anything to get Jadon Sancho this summer. As Fabrizio Romano confirmed, Jadon Sancho has agreed personal terms to join Manchester United. It's just that Manchester United, I think, want to get their summer business done first, in terms of just know who's coming in, who's going out, before they submit an official offer for Jadon Sancho. But I'm going to read out a report that came out about Jadon Sancho, where loads of Manchester United fans have been saying, oh, does this mean Sancho is happening? So James Cooper, reliable journalist, has good links to Manchester United, came out and said that the fee structure for the Jadon Sancho deal is no longer a problem, with agents' fees being the issue. We know that personal terms are done per Fabrizio Romano, therefore this is a huge update from the club. So he obviously gets his information from the club, and he's saying, you know, the fee is an issue, it's the agent fees and all of that. And I think it hints that Manchester United are maybe working on this Jadon Sancho deal a little bit behind the scenes, just trying to get the work done. Because you know, with the Donny Van De Beek deal, is it was really quiet because we were doing it behind the scenes, and for all we know, Manchester United could be working on the Sancho deal right now, but behind the scenes. I think the Sancho deal is a deal that Manchester United know they have to get done this year, because Sancho's agreed to join Manchester United this year, which is massive, because he's had teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona interested in him, and he's chosen to come to Manchester United. This time next year, will he choose to come to Manchester United? You know, we can get Sancho for £108 million. We can afford that. We might have to ship out Smalling, that looks like he's going for £15 million. We've got Sanchez off the wage bill. We could get 20 million for Delot, good 15 million for Lingard. I think we're going to try and ship out a few players, but I think with Manchester United, we are working on the Sancho deal. I think it's too big of a deal and too big of a hype deal for Manchester United to let go. I think we are working on the Sancho deal, and I think we'll go for Sancho. I'm confident we will get Sancho this window. You might say I'm overconfident, but I just feel like this is a player we really want. This is our first choice target. This is you know, we got Donny Van De Beek, but we know Donny Van De Beek isn't enough. We know we need another right winger, and I think we will actually put our heart and soul into Sancho. Even with Edward Wood pulling the strings, I do think Manchester United will go for Sancho, and I am confident that it could be on deadline day, but I do think Manchester United will sign Sancho this summer. So stay confident, stay happy. If there's any important updates on that, I will keep you updated, but I do think that's some positive news coming from Manchester United around the Sancho deal. Okay, so Thiago is linked to Manchester United, and it was seen that Manchester United could maybe hijack him from Liverpool. We know that Manchester United are interested in Thiago. We've held talks. Jan, a very reliable journalist, gave an update on Thiago saying, re Thiago, Solskjaer has talked to Thiago personally, but his wage demands are too high. Basically saying that, we wanted Thiago, we looked at Thiago, but his wage demands are too high. Now, this could be a very similar situation to Paulo Dybala, as in we really wanted Paulo Dybala, we held talks with Paulo Dybala, but he was demanding such high wages to come to the club. It could be a situation where, the players only come in if we're going to give him high wages, not because he wants to come. Like with Sanchez, we offered him high wages, and we learnt from Sanchez that, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said himself, I want players that want to come to Manchester United, not to come to Manchester United because we'll give them high wages. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants players that want to come to Manchester United, want to play for Manchester United, and maybe Thiago's that kind of player where it's like, I'll go to Manchester United, but only if you offer me these wages, kind of like Paulo Dybala. And I don't think we're going to get Thiago. I thought Thiago would be a great addition, but I don't think we're going to go for him. However, as said, Dean Henderson, 120 grand a week. If Thiago's wages are anything under 200 grand, then he's not stupid to ask for those type of wages. So it really depends on what wages Thiago asked for, but maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer believed his intention for the club was more money based than playing based, and I know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has tried to change the whole attitude of the club. It's like, you come here because you want to play for Manchester United, you come here because it's a step up, you want to go here in your career, like with Donny Van De Beek, I think Wan-Bissaka, all the players he kind of signed, rather than you come here for the big bucks. Now, there's been a few stories about Reguilon floating around, and well, they haven't come from the most reliable sources, so I wouldn't get super excited or worked out about this. It's kind of like the Upamecano story, where there was lots of news floating around, but it wasn't the most reliable sources and it's died down. I think the Reguilon could be a similar situation. Don't get me wrong, I'd love Reguilon at Manchester United, but these stories have been coming from like AS and Marcus, about that in mind. I know with the Donny Van De Beek situation, it started off slow and it turned into something quite big. So I know why people got excited about Upamecano. I know why people will get excited about Reguilon. But just bear in mind before I get to the story that it's not reliable journalism, particularly. So first things first, AS reported this. Manchester United are keen to sign Sergio Reguilón. Real Madrid haven't ruled out selling him for 25 to 30 million euros and inserting a buyback clause. Sevilla are also interested, but United have the advantage as they can offer a long-term deal while Sevilla wants a loan. This has come from AS. They say that Manchester United are in for Reguilón. We're going to be willing to pay 25 to 30 million euros. We know he's for sale. We know we do need left-back depth, but it's come from AS, so I would take this story with a pinch of salt as much as I'd like Reguilón. However, Samuel Luckhurst from the Manchester Evening News, who's a pretty reliable journalist, says Manchester United are monitoring Real Madrid left-back Sergio Reguilón amid uncertainty over their full-back situation. So he's confirmed that, we are interested, we are monitoring him, but he's basically said nothing more has happened than monitoring, and we monitor about 100 different players. So, unless there's more than monitoring that comes out from a reliable journalist, I would take the story with a pinch of salt. But you never know what can happen in the next few days, like with the Donny Van De Beek story, when we were just monitoring him, then it heated up. But then the Upamecano story the other day, it heated up, and now it's kind of died down. It looks like Upamecano's staying. But that's all the latest Manchester United transfer news today. Let me know your thoughts on all the news in the comment section down below. And if you have not already, please hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video, and I'll see you next time.